I guess it's welcome back, but yes, welcome back to Starsector. JC here. After a very long time away, we have returned with a difference. We are, as they say, back from the ashes. And that will be explained. I have it on pause because I don't want time to go rolling away. So, it has been some time since we last joined up with JC, our intrepid captain, and his fleet. Spoiler alert, the fleet is very different from what it used to be. Story time. Now, I can't remember whether I didn't use any sound effects last time, so there's no point because it makes it sound weird. So, here we go. JC's log. Date. God knows at this point I've given up. I'll explain why I've given up with dating these things. Yeah, now, actually, last time I made, after the last report I made, log. Long story short, we got shunted into a new universe. Yeah, wrap your head round that one. Long story is, from what we can gather, some nut job somewhere near the core of the sector set off some strange device that shunted some all into a different world, ended that universe. We don't know. All we knew is that we were having I was having a chat with somebody back at base when they detected an energy spike, and so did we shortly afterwards. And then they went dead. We lost contact with them. Worst thing is that wave went across. We figured out just before getting cut off that it was actually a wave, a shock wave emanating through the sector, and it reached my fleet. We were in the middle of arse nowhere doing a bounty mission for the Auroran Federation, whose space I am currently in, and fleet got hit. Whoa, this big wave of energy washed over us, and I was left with the Auroran cruiser that we salvaged and repaired from a derelict in deep space. And actually the only ships survived were the Auroran ships, the cargo and fuel, so we were able to limp back to space. But rest of the fleet, rest of the crews vanished. Either they were sucked into a new, what we thought, oh, what happened to them? Maybe they got sucked into it. No, we were the ones that got sucked in because, I don't know, some aspect of the ship, the Auroran design, got ejected. I don't know. Whatever it was, the rest of the fleet stayed put. The faction stayed put. So we were dumped arse end of nowhere with 3 ships. So we hightailed it back to the Aurorans, had a chat with them, and they were very nice. Obviously we worked up enough reputation with them to get commissioned, which was the plan anyway. They accepted our story due to A, our data logs, and B, having a log of a completed bounty that they never placed but has all the authorization codes on it. So they kind of believed us. Also, something like this has happened before. They were a bit hush-hush about that. Alright, mate. Fair enough. But the long story short of it, they did commission us, and they did give me access to some advanced ships just to get me started again. I mean, all the data logs did kind of prove that we'd been working with them. They grudgingly accepted it. So no having to bribe people off with large amounts of choco lava cakes. Totally didn't do that last time. Honest. But here we are. We are at a point at which we can now carry on with the goals that I was originally going to go with. Only no faction of my own. All the people that I had escorted out here and built the base and all that, they're gone. They're all gone. Back to ground zero. From the ashes, as they say. That took a few drinks to get over. But that is about it for the log. It is brief. If anybody reading this log actually wants to know more, it will be in the attached documents. AC out. But there we go. With that little story bullshit out the way, I will now actually explain. Yeah, I just had to reboot the game. Some of the mods were being discontinued, which means I couldn't play the old save, and I knew that this faction was going in for a major, or they were having an update, so I just waited until now. It does mean that my fleet now consists of a destroyer. Yes, they actually have destroyers now. Thank fudge. I've got 2 frigate-sized carriers and 2 frigates. That is the small freighter and a small tanker, except that it's this hull-sized destroyer, whereas that one says hull-sized frigate. I don't know why they didn't upgrade this one to be a destroyer-sized hull. Don't know, don't care. In storage, we have the cruiser, and I think it's Akamatsu 2 SP. Yes, I kept hold of that. Is it quite powerful for a start of game? Yes, but then I have story elements that I pulled it through from the previous game, from the previous set, and I legitimately had to spend a story point to recover it. So I want my story points worth. That's in storage. I'm not going to be able to pull that out until I reach quote unquote story point. Yeah, we'll be dealing with that in a minute. But this thing, he's a chunky boy. Maneuvering jets, yeah. But have I actually refit this one fully or partially? It's a partial. I need to replace that gun with that one. It needs to be a rapid instead of a support. It has more range, but these ones fire faster. All the Dakar, all the time. Weapon groups? Weapon groups are good. They're on auto fire? Sus. Okay. Why would those be on auto fire? Have they got unlimited ammunition? It takes a long time to reload, but yeah, okay. They are... a point defense. Okay, so they will fire in point defense situations. Good. Plus I've got 1 point defense on the back. That's it. That's all the point defenses. These two, oh, I have more point defense. I've got all-round point defense plus missile point defense, and then guns. That's it. Just guns. which is nice. I like that design. That's a design I can get behind. JC likes guns. Mounted to my ships. Big Dakar. Dun, dun, dun. Right, enough of that. Stop it. Naughty. I need to dock with this station. Open com directory. Look. Nia is already welcoming it. I set it all up. It's pretty much where we left it. Doesn't have a cat there. We know she's got a cat. I would like to spark up a conversation. Oh, something else? It's not. Unless I've already done this stage. I can't remember. Hold on. Need to check whether I've done certain stuff or not. I don't have my insurance yet. Haven't done that. Answer is no. Oh, a bit weird. That was supposed to have worked. Oh no. Is it broken? Now. What is that? Is that what I think it is? The kitty! It's a kitty! I'm like, is that what I think it is? Oh my, stop being so adventurous, will you? It's a cat. It is the little kitten on her shoulder. Yeah, reputation increased. It's already high enough, but there you go. It automatically makes her a contact. It just worked. Now what you can do, now what I can do, is do this. No. Converse. Ah, that's it. Converse. Ask about UAF access. Request access to another star system. This is important. This is the next part. So we go along that. Request access to the John system, star system. Ah. So you're telling me you want to have an access to the Sir John system and the admins? I've only just recently been an ally of the Federation. I hope you understand that. Yes, I understand that. Carry on. However, you have proven to be useful and loyal, at least from my observations. She sighs, thinks for a bit, before speaking again. Alright, I'll grant it. You seem to be inputting something for a while. You now have the clearance to the John system. Please don't misuse our trust. Thank you very much. Cut the comms. There you go. Over here, we now have information which you can. Obviously, you'd read that, and it's. I've talked with somebody about you might. I know where I'm going because I've already done this before. But firstly, what we do, because this is a brand new version, I have to go into here and grab the gate again. Full burn. There we go. Oh, there's a storm there. Dodge that. Big fluffy clouds of doom. They messed me up so many times in the last go. Right. Land here. Approach this. Look, discovered a gate. Scan the gate. Off we go. Scan it. Travel through it. Can't travel through it at all, but it's our link into everywhere else. Good. Next. It's to Jan. or John or whatever. Weird place. Processing plant first. Then we head down to Fayette. That's where we'll be doing missions from this point forwards for a little while. Swing these tubs around. They're little tubs. They're still tubs. I can go faster. Speed up. Jump. That's a sensor glitch because it's keeping track with us perfectly. Order a jump. In we go again. Brink. Right, what we do now is we open up the COM directory. We talk to Miss Yamato. There's a lot of words in there. I'm not going to read it because I have no intention of using this contact. I'll read the next one, which is somebody I actually want to use. This is not... Basically, she assumes we're here for mining. You can just get some brownie points by just saying, yep, I'll do that. Thanks. There you go. Dunk. And it gives you her as a potential contact. Cut the comm link. Leave. Set course for the other side. Do not fly through the sun. I want no more counts of Junie Nav. Thank you. I had enough of that in previous series. Of this. And Everspace 2. Nope. Apparently war has broken out somewhere. Standard issue for this part of space. Right. Suckle. Right, you establishing connection. I don't know why it says that when it's not quite what it is, but you know, text. You begin to make your approach towards the opulent white building with an exterior silver lettered sign that reads Stajan's House of Nobles, home of House Lafayette. Genetics. Weird. Right. You show your official invitation paperwork to a group of UAF soldiers guarding the door who analyze your credentials thoroughly before they nod and allow you to passage, while giving directions to access the main director's office. Passing the main lobby and through a clear white hallway. What you do notice, apart from the occasional noble representation, is the number of scientists walking by you. Some of them having animalistic features, like the ears of a dog, tail of a cat, etc. Very strange. Till finally making it to the office of the current ruling noble of the station. Oh yes, very strange, isn't it? Yes. What sits behind the futuristic desk was a woman with hair that was lush, sunrise golden in colour. I'm going to change something here. An elegant face that gives off a tender smile. Fit well for... figure. A close-fitting unit that appears to be custom-made compared to the standard uniforms that you've seen so far. And a personality radiates with lady-like temperament. Well, until you push too many buttons, then probably the claws come out. You get a good look at her features. Or what was more baffling was that this woman sits before you, has both large pointed ears and a very soft, fluffy, well-groomed tail that swings left and right, and casually, like a fox. Oh dear. Fox type. Cunning. Similarly to her hair colour, she suddenly clears her throat and sits straight to address you. Welcome, JC. I have heard of a freelance captain rising in popularity within the UAF. My files describe you to be steadfast and courageous at your best when the situation demands it, and a more loose connection to the other factions. Truly a free spirit compared to other ruling factions of the universe. That's nice. I'm, behind the eyes and the facade is this deep sense of loss, because he's just lost his entire faction and all the people he guided out to this part of the world or space. But, you don't need to know that. She smiles cordially as she nods with approval. Nia was right about you being a captain of potential and respectable qualities. I sure hope such talents could aid not only Her Majesty, but myself included. She suddenly bursts into a hearty laugh as she realizes she forgot some important details to tell you. Oh, forgive me, where are my manners? My name is Inari Masako Lafayette. It's almost as bad as trying to pronounce German. Please tell me there's no German people in this mod. I'm not pronouncing their names. I feel sick just pronouncing that because it's far too close to French. I'm English. It's a genetic predisposition. The current leading administrator and the main ruling house of the Sajan sector. I'm going to pronounce that so many different ways. Ultimately, after this point, I'm probably never going to pronounce it because I never have to. Funny that. If you have not been brought up to speed, Captain, this is Helmfire Station. We are the main providers of fuel for the Federation, but this station also serves as a main military garrison for the current solar system, and to most of my staff and the people under my governance. It is our home away from home. Right. She steps aside and gestures towards the window and the view behind her. From where you are, checking the time, you see a stunning panoramic view of the city within Helmfire, and from a clear modern suburb filled with lush and verdant plants that naturally grow on New Aurora, to an extensive city centre filled with faint lights and colourful holographic billboards of Auroran advertisements. If I have to read more blocks of bloody text. Your observant eyes also note that they have agricultural farms hidden within biodomes, and a large mountain range in the distance, as if they are trying to copy a part of New Auroran's landscape in detail. The immersion was broken as soon as Inari tapped your shoulder and gives you a light-hearted smile before turning attention to the city behind the window. Alright, it's very pretty, but... And there you go, potential contact. Finally! Can't do anything more until I do one more thing after that. Then we can start taking jobs. But, it'll be the end of the episode at that point. I did warn people. it was going to take a while to do the first episode. It took us years to elevate this station to the paradise we live in now. Nothing's paradise. And the Queen has chosen my family to be the governors who guide these people like the Northern Star in the night sky. Blah, blah, blah. This responsibility now rests upon my shoulders, and I shall be certain that my people's lives here are comfortable ones. After sharing her perception on the matter, she turns to you and gives you a small chuckle. My apologies, Captain. I will say, I do envy your freedom to choose yourself out there. Choose for yourself out there. Oh God, can't even see words now. Venturing among the stars. Oh. Quickly tidied up her uniform before sitting back down. Now, let us discuss more pressing matters. Ta-da! Very nice. Can't do anything at the moment. Cut comment. Thank you very much. Stand by. We do that. We go E. Pull up this. Potential contact. Don't care. Oh, that's only. Oh, there's a priority contact. That's it. Right. I need to click on you. I need to suspend that contact. Spend a point. Suspend that contact. Don't need you. Thank you very much. That comes from the start I had. Never going to use the guy. That's why it can disappear. Right. You're a priority contact. I do still need to keep hold of you. You. Develop. Yes. More missions available, and the missions will be of higher quality. The more priority contacts you have, the less the impact there is for each individual contact. It takes about a month for changes in priority. There. It's priority because that's who I'm going to get all my stuff from. Yes. There we go. New. Important. Then we go to the important. Yes, I have new stuff. Not important anymore. Thank you. Ship insurance. I suppose I should really insure big troop. Well, name suggestions. I'm open for name suggestions. Strange that the premiums for these are very, very high. I suppose because they're elite carriers, and this is just. I'll insure the ship I'm flying. Frigates, not really going to insure those. Destroyer size and above, yeah. Well, with the UAF after frigates, it normally jumps straight to cruisers, so yeah. I got the commission, unknown background. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. There we go. We are set up. This will happen at some point. Custom fighter groups. Kind of handy for a faction that does an awful lot with fighters. So I need to drop out of there. Dock with the station again. Check my fuel reserves. I'm keeping hold of that. That's for something special later on. Total cargo capacity is not good. Fuel. Oh, I got tons of fuel. Loads of fuel. I actually bought the fuel. Heavy armor. Rather expensive. Oh, rather expensive. That's why I couldn't afford to do some other stuff. What you got? No, artillery. You got... No, you got support ones. I don't need those. Anti-shield. Anti-armor. I gotta remember which set to fire. It's gonna be complicated, but I'll get to it eventually. Right. On that note, we pause the game. We go... Right. Everything is all set up. Next time, we'll start by grabbing a mission and going and murdificating stuff. It's the first time I'll use the fleet in anger, so it's going to be interesting to see what we're capable of and how the fleet operates. But on that note, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is JC.